So you probably know what that sound is. Today we're going to be fixing it. Stick around. Okay, so now we're under the car and we're looking at the catalytic converter heat shield, which is causing the rattle. And this is underneath the front end of the vehicle, all right? So it makes a difference where you look, because there's a heat shield in the back and they kind of run all along your catalytic converter. And if we looked close at this one, we can see, you know, there's some separation already. So I'm thinking that's where it's rattling. What I'm gonna do, some people might say not do it. I'm just gonna get under here, unbolt it and tear this thing off. So let's get started. All right, here's the tools we're gonna be using. We've got wrenches, got a socket set, hammer, an adjustable wrench, got a polygamy porter, just a shop rag. You wanna keep your hands clean. You don't wanna mess up your gear. We got some coffee and the car keys. All we're gonna do is crawl underneath the vehicle and just start getting to work. I'm not really sure what size socket it will be, so I'll let you know when I get under there. And that's it, so let's get working. All right, so you can see some rattling in here. This is kind of where I think our problem is, right in here. So what I'm going to do is just start taking off the bolts from the back. It's either a 10 or 11 millimeter, I can't tell because they're really corroded. So I'm hoping that I can just get them off without any issue. And if I can't, I'll just have to find someone with a Dremel and cut them out. And yeah, so let's just get to work. Let me get set up and I'll start filming what I do. All right, so the bolts were really corroded. If you look, I mean, just me messing with them, I stripped the head off. So 10 millimeter, 11 millimeter, 9 millimeter, doesn't matter what you have. Well, 9 millimeter, you could probably shoot these off. But what I'm going to have to do is I've got them soaking with some WD-40 right now. And I'm just going to come in with a screwdriver and a hammer and just bang these things off as a last resort. But before that, what I'll probably do is try a 12-headed head of a wrench, see if I can get that to break these off. And let's just go from there. So again, guys, like I've said in other videos, patience, patience, patience. And I'll be back when we figure out a fix. All right, so rivet number 1 off. As you can see, it is ugly. I used wrenches, drivers, even drilled a little bit, and finally I resorted to using some bolt cutters that I have, and I just kind of use them to snip and bend this the metal to get what is supposed to be the rivet off. You can look at that. Look, that there is no way that you are getting that off with conventional wrenches or anything. This thing was a mess. Every time I touched it, it fell apart more. So yeah, if you ever meet my brother, he'll tell you I got through life based on brute strength, and that's what we're going to use here to rip off this cat shield. So I'll be back when I'm done. Hopefully I have a huddled mess of metal on the ground to show you and no rattles. Talk to you soon. Okay, making some progress. Got the other bolt off, rivet off. That came out a lot faster. So now we're just moving up the mat, up the cat shield. We're gonna have 2 more right here, and where is it? Right there. Now I have to make the decision: do I want to take this all the way up, or I just want to stop right here? I mean, based on the difficulty this has been giving me, I might end up just tearing this whole thing off all the way. But if I have some finesse and brute strength doesn't win out today, then just this. All right, so I'll be back in a little bit. Wish me luck. All right, we're just gonna go from there. I don't think you really need to watch the rest. It's gonna be pretty ugly. All right, so twist it off. All right, we're just gonna go from there. I don't think you really need to watch the rest. It's gonna get pretty ugly. All right, as you can see, no heat shield. It definitely took a lot of work. My recommendation, yeah, I don't know. You know, every method's gonna be different for everybody. So hopefully your heat shield, if it's rattling, nothing's corroded, you can just pop that thing off. Otherwise, in a second, I'm gonna show you the tools I use and just kind of explain what happened. So stand by, let's go take a look. All right, so there it is. We've got the heat shield cover off. Let's look at the tools. Got some lubricant right there, softened everything up. There's what they're calling the rivets. I mean, what's left. I mean, they were just a mess. All right, so I mean, I improvised, I adapted, and I overcame the problem. Bolt cutters, scratch off, flathead I don't care about, a few different types of wrenches, a hammer, and brute strength. I mean, that's really what worked for me. It might be easier for you, but that's it. So let's try and start this thing up. Let's see how it sounds and see if this was successful. All right, moment of truth. It sounds like it worked. Definitely not as loud as it was upon the first start. I do know when Subaru's cold start, they are a little bit louder. So there was a little bit of noise there, but I really think that's just from the cold start. Let's hope this works. You know, right now it's quiet. It was definitely a hard job. Not like mentally hard or anything like that. Just a lot of, you know, labor, brute strength. I keep using that term, but this is really the one time when brute strength worked. One thing's for sure though, be careful when you're tapping into there. Be careful when you're trying to rip off that heat shield, because if you damage your cat, you're gonna have to get a new cat the next time you have emissions or inspection, and that is not cheap. Unless you know what you're doing, you can do it yourself. So I hope this tutorial helped. I hope you don't have to use the brute strength method like I did, but if you do, good luck, and let's keep that Forester or whatever Subaru you have running nice and clean and sharp. Take it easy, have a great 4th of July. Semper Fi to all my brothers out there.